Welcome back to DM-Nastics, the gym for dungeon masters to work out their minds. My name is DM Celeste, and I'm joined by a couple people here in the gym. Why don't you go ahead and say hi?
Yep, I'm DM Neal, aka Joke Maniac, and of course we'll let the third co-host introduce himself.
Okay, sorry, I just had to put those down. I'm your Dungeon Maestro, Kyle, from the podcast Bombarded, and I'm ready to lift more weights, mentally ones.
I love it. He is prepared. And that's because we're going to tie back to episode number 156, Bardic Knowledge, which featured, surprise, you, Kyle.
Yeah, it was me.
You were there.
I was there.
Whoa!
Hey,
It was a good time.
And that led us to create DM-Nastics number 129, No Holds Barred.
Yeah.
These titles, just so good.
So good. So yes, thank you, Rorik, as always, for helping me make that for the forums. And it is pretty straightforward in that we gave a list of titles and a list of genres, mashed the two up, and we asked people to kind of come up with a poem that they would put into the mouths of bards in their own world. So to start us off, Kyle, which one did you pick from the forums?
I am obviously going to have to go with DM Caleb with Thunderhead. And the fact that DM Caleb decided to put this to Country Road, just I'm sold on it.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah,
here.
it really is. It's like you and I mean, well, I think it just mainly because it speaks to what we do in Bombarded, where it's like, okay, yeah, we'll just take a song that we know and we're going to change the words because that's easy and I like it. So, not that, sorry, I don't mean to demean by saying it's easy, but it's easier. And I love what DM Caleb has done here. Like the whole lore behind Thunderhead now. So, love it.
Yep. Well done, DM Caleb. So that means we can jump ahead. Celeste, which one did you pick from the forums?
Well, I definitely had to go ahead and pick up my favorite was the one from Big Red One, which is a song about dwarves. And it's so magical. When the dwarves are drawing close, people hide things that they love the most. Well known for sure is dwarven greed, not for food or sturdy steed. Beer and gold are what they need, so stash your drink and jewels around when the dwarves march into town. This guy just killed it. He totally took this like awesome dwarven, sort of has a drinking song vibe, and created something really cool with the prompt.
I love the twist of like, it seemed like it was going to be a song by dwarves. And then it turned quickly into for dwarves because it's like, no, here they come. Please hide all of our valuables right away.
Hide everything. Hide the beer.
It's like it could have been written by Frodo or Bilbo. Yep. Sorry.
Yes.
Bilbo.
Oh no. Oh,
I messed
deleted.
Up. Listen to me.
Frodo can write songs too. It's fine.
It's true. So, but no, I was expecting like, oh, when the dwarves march into town. Oh, when the dwarves march into town.
Yes.
But no, this is good choice. Absolutely.
Oh, the last line, I'm sorry, is just put them on the top shelf. I love it.
That's right.
So good. Oh, thank you for this beautiful musical gift.
Yes.
Very good.
All right. That leaves me, and I picked DM Ronan. And they had the title Beneath the Waves. And essentially they created this story about a captain who had essentially defied the sea. He stepped up on the deck and jeered, and tempted the fates, and now is trapped beneath the sea by a god to guard it. Basically forever alone. Oh, far from all and near to none lies Kirindal without daughter or son. And I was just like, well, this is really sad. Like, yeah, but
that's
such
like
an awesome
Eleanor Rigby style stuff.
Yeah, such an awesome tale of like, hey, yeah, don't mess with the sea. It will literally keep you and have you be forever alone.
A very, very sad song. I mean, this would fit in so perfectly at any like forlorn seaside tavern.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. Okay, so I think we've done it. We've done it quickly, which means we get to lift the mental weights right now.
Lifting weights is what I do. Look at me. Lift these weights.
Okay, this is going to be super difficult.
No, I'll spot you.
Luckily,
I'll spot you.
We have Kyle here who does this all the time. And we are so grateful.
Yes. Okay, so that means that we get to break out the dice. I don't know, do you guys have dice on hand? Are you ready?
I have a 20-sided dice right here.
Okay. Do you have a 6?
Yeah.
props on putting in didactic. I love that that's a genre because there, of course, plenty of songs that teach you a lesson and just inform you. So that was, I was really cool. It was really cool to see that. I was just like, yeah. Didactic.
Well, yeah, and then that goes back to the story of the captain and basically, hey, don't mess with the sea.
Yeah.
Again, forever alone.
Don't forever alone, drowning eternally.
All right, Kyle, hit me with a D20 roll.
14 teen, no cows allowed.
Oh, wow.
And then I got a 3.
Okay.
Heroic.
All right.
A heroic song about the cows, yes.
A heroic song about no cows allowed.
Let's see. So a heroic song. So do we want to place this around somebody who like ran cows out of a town?
I think there should be some kind of dire cow situation.
Okay.
Yes.
Like an infestation of dire cows.
Yeah. That's okay.
Came into town.
Dire cows. I'm digging on that.
Yeah.
And then that kind of made me think of someone somehow being like the heroic person in a very like running of the bulls style situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which would lead to, I mean, so the other thing would be going into a town and it being, interesting that there are no cows in this entire town.
Yeah.
And so
Because
like, no one eats
common livestock. Yeah.
Yeah, none, no milk, no steak, nothing.
Yeah. We don't do that here.
We don't do that anymore.
Just a giant sign out front that says no cows allowed.
And they've obviously come up with a song or a poem to let people know why.
Yes.
So I guess we're the people in that town.
And this is why this is the most difficult thing to
Yeah.
do live on air.
Yeah, it is.
Welcome, everyone.
Let's see. You start like in days long past and in ages forlorn, we banished the bovine and its mangled horn.
Yes.
I like it. And I can also say that we don't need to create entire songs.
Okay.
But I think like one set, like the surrounding circumstances and a set of rhymes, I think is what we will do for lifting the mental weights.
Okay, cool.
So I say we've done it, but that could also be a sign of like the corruption is like if there are twisted horns
Yeah.
playing off of how you did it.
Yeah, no, I dig
Boom.
on that.
Okay, let's do it again. Hit me. D20.
All right. 12, which is
The trees salute.
Okay, and then I got a 2.
Romantic.
Oh,
This seems like something that you would hear in like the Feywild.
definitely. Some kind of beautiful dryad creature.
Yeah. Maybe we have two different glens of two different trees. It reminds me a lot of Rush's The Trees, where it's like, the oak and the maple are at war with each other. So you could have something like that, but these one Fey-like creature may be coming from one realm of the forest, and then another Fey-like. You got Romeo and Juliet, but in the woods.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then the trees are the ones who actually bring the lands together to accept this wedlock or this joining of people.
Or maybe it's like a sad story, like one fae that lives in a tree like can only come out during the nighttime, and the other one can only come out during the daytime.
Yeah.
But they fall in love with each other. They see each other every day, but they can never quite interact.
They have that that half hour to an hour during dusk or dawn.
And I like the idea, with the dusk and dawn, and you think of, it makes me think of cactus, but, in some trees that will only flower at a certain time. And that's kind of the idea of the trees salute could also be like that flowering.
I think that's beautiful symbolism. It's gorgeous, man.
Done. I did it. Because the other thing I thought was if you were to eventually one of them would pass away and you would almost give them to the tree. And it made me think of like that final scene in Avatar where that kind of like just disappears into the tree.
Yeah.
And then you see that trees salute. And so then every time it would flower, it would remind whoever was still there of their loved one.
No, that's great.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Boom,
So touching.
guys.
So lovely and tragic.
Yep.
Okay. We could try and put words to all of that if we wanted. But I feel like that was a wonderful thought exercise. So I say we hit it again.
All right. Yeah. Here's another roll. All right, that's a 4. Bullets of the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I keep rolling a 3. All right. Now I rolled a 4. A historical song.
Hmm.
Do you guys say bullets or bullets?
He combined both and said bullets.
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 Ooh.
I don't know. I've never heard anybody else say that word. So
There's some small discussion about how it should be said.
yeah.
I just ensure that any D&D person I meet, I be the first one to say it. That's it.
I insist it's a bullet.
Yes.
I'm cool with whatever. That's fine with me. It's like the Lich Lick debacle, which I know there's like actual. I'm not going to even open that Pandora's box, so never mind.
Oh
Nope.
no, that treasure trove.
Yeah.
I mean, this seems to be bullets of the world. We could recount an attack by a bullet. That seems like the kind of obvious choice.
Yeah.
Since they're horrifying land sharks.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Okay.
really are.
I'm going to admit something, and I may not cut it.
Okay.
So immediately when I read Bullets of the World, it made me think of that Spice Girl song, Colors of the World. Whose color of the world, spice up your life. Every boy and every girl, spice up your life.
Please don't cut that.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, no, that's got to stay.
There
Please
you go,
keep that in.
everyone. I don't even know. What genre did we have?
Historical.
Historical.
My brain broke as soon as that
Yeah.
came into it.
I was some rhyme. I mean, like shattered, clattered, scattered.
Yeah.
That's where my brain is going for rhyming. A song about land sharks.
Yeah.
Well, I think the idea of and because it is historical, some kind of worldwide infestation.
Hmm.
And then I really like the idea, and using the word scattered as well. And so then it was this thing, an epidemic. And that's why it's a historical documentation essentially of why that happened.
Yeah. Maybe like there's a settlement was set up and that became the capital city, but they didn't know it was on top of like a bullet nesting ground. And then all of a sudden it just erupts from the center of town. So you could have a story about a capital being completely overthrown by this hidden nest of bullets.
Oh gosh, that is so terrifying.
I love it.
Yes.
Their slumber was shattered, and then to the four corners they scattered, and you're just like, that kind of thing.
And
Yeah.
nothing else mattered.
And nothing else mattered. Oh,
Nothing
wait.
else.
Got to get the Metallica
matters.
reference in there.
Yeah, I like it. Let's take another one.
Sweet. Yeah, let me roll that. 19. Sparks fly.
Ooh. Man, I'm only rolling.
Please roll a 1.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
The fates have
Humorous.
conspired.
Electric mage who has a mage specifically specializing in electricity magic and has an apprentice that is just really not good.
And they were doing a pyrotechnics show for Mikhail Yakson, and they caught his hair on fire.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, absolutely. I don't.
For you younger listeners, Neal's apparently stuck in mid-90s references today.
Welcome to the mid-90s in the gym. Pull on your neon pants.
Oh,
Gather
man.
round, children, for the elder millennials are speaking.
It's true. in the big dome of Pepsi.
Yes, that's so good. I don't really know what to do since I broke it with that.
No,
But,
you did it. That's the thing.
You
Okay,
did it. You nailed it.
done. All right, let's do one more quick one, and then I think we will have lifted the mental weights.
Sweet. Ending it off with a natural 20, the last hurrah. And I'm not lying. My you can see my thing blinking here. There it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
So let's give that last hurrah, I guess.
Okay. I rolled 6. So propaganda. All right.
Maybe it's like a propaganda from a current reigning tyrant that's just like, yeah, there's this one rebel uprising, and there's a song about their last hurrah.
Or maybe this is like a song that you sing like when you're in the midst of battle and all hope is like lost or like steering off, this is like the rallying song to get people to like come together and then fight for a cause.
Yeah.
I like, Kyle, your idea kind of made me think of maybe there are two versions of this song from both sides, and kind of made me think back to Serenity in that final battle and the way that both sides view that time and that and that experience, and essentially another way to also view kind of where the other person is coming from of, oh well, let's sing the last hurrah.
Yeah.
And you can immediately figure out if someone is with or potentially against you because of the way they sing this song.
Oh man,
that's
such a Inglourious Bastards move.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, that's too cool.
I'd like 3 drinks.
3. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Lame.
But with that, I think we have lifted the mental weights.
I'm feeling the burn.
Oh yeah.
But
good one.
We have the absolute most important question for you, Kyle. Where can people go on the internet to find you? Because I highly doubt you should give your real address.
Oh, well, if you want to come by my house, it's cool. We'll chill, play D&D, and have some video game times. I don't know. No. You can find my podcast on pretty much any social media by searching at BombardedCast. We got a website. It's bombardedcast.com. You're going to be able to find like all of our episode. We upload fan art on there. We do have a P.O. box, so if you do want to mail us stuff, that's cool. I've gotten a lot of candy recently, specifically banana candy, which is good. And I asked for it, and it's my own fault. That's what Twitter does to you. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, any of your podcatchers, you'll probably find us. Just search Bombarded. And if you want to see what things people are saying about the podcast, our hashtag is Bardcast. You'll see it up there, and go check it out. And maybe you're bound to hear at least one song you might like.
There we go. A glowing endorsement if I've ever heard one.
You definitely might like this.
Yes. You're bound to hear something you might like.
I don't always listen to podcasts, but when I do, I prefer Bombarded.
Oh, thanks, Neal.
And I'm not caught up, but I am close. So close.
There's time.
But if you want to get a hold of us and let us know about how you're adding poems into your game, you can always email us at dmnastics@gmail.com. Or, of course, you could head over to Twitter, follow us at DM-Nastics, where we have daily DM-Nastics. And for everything else on the network, always go to blockpartypodcastnetwork.com. But we're going to head to our post-workout cooldown and stretch with the light bulb.
Light bulb.
Okay, so for today's light bulb, Kyle, you're still here.
I am. Yes, I didn't go anywhere.
Because
Whoa.
today's light bulb, you, sir, are the absolute expert on, and I'm just going to give the gym, the floor mat, if you will, to you.
Cool.
Here it's me sliding over this floor mat.
Yep.
Woo!
Hop on.
I'm landed. So we're going to talk about the chord dice that we use in Bombarded, and just like the whole concept behind that kind of came around at first a joke, and then we were like, well, yeah, okay, we can do this. And I mean, it's just your typical 8-sided dice, and if we discuss all the music bits of this in the podcast, so if you want a slight music education, we try to do that because that's one of our main goals is to educate people. But yeah, so you have an 8-sided dice, and that pretty much gives you all the chords in the key of C that are diatonic. So you're going to have C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, and then B diminished. It's just all the white keys and the chords you can make out of them. You can find them at chorddice.com, which if chorddice.com, you hear this, get at us. We've been trying to get at you, so come on, what's up? But nice. No, I mean, there's also dice that have extensions on them as well. So, if you want to go beyond just a typical triad, which we kind of futz with and do as we need to, and something to make it, orally pleasing. We want to make sure it sounds good, so we kind of bend our own rules here and there. But yeah, I mean, we roll 4 8-sided dice, and we use those 4 chords using what's called the tonic, or your home chord, which is C major in C major. So we bookend the rolls with those. So we definitely have C major at the beginning and C major at the end. Or if we're playing in minor, it'll be A minor at the beginning and A minor at the end. And we've created our own rules. It's really, honestly, it's our own mechanic that we've kind of developed for the podcast. But you just roll the 4 dice, throw those chords, and use them however you see fit. Whether you want to use 2 of the chords in a verse, and then 2 of the chords in the chorus, or you could use 3 chords. You can do whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. But I mean, it's a fantastic tool. And if you are a musician, I mean, we tried doing this before we did the podcast just to see what we could come up with, because
Nice.
randomness is fun. And that's why people play D&D, because the dice are random. And we also felt like, hey, you know what? If we can roll for chords, we'll keep it in the D&D aesthetic.
That's awesome. So the other question I have is, what is happening for percussion?
For percussion, what we do is we have a, I think it's the SR20. I would have to look it up. We have a drum machine that we use, and there is a user bank. Man, Allie knows more about this than I do. I kind of zone out when they start writing the song just because I do something else and they write the song. But I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be biased, so I don't put any part of myself into the song except for the bass line. But Allie will roll dice to see, or she'll flip a coin to see which bank of presets that we have. And then she will roll a 100-sided dice to see what kit we get. So, you can get different drum kits. Like we've gotten electronic kits, we've gotten country sounding kits, rock kits, vocal kits where it's just like all voice sounds. It gets really weird sometimes, which is great for us because the weirder the better, honestly. So, but you get your kit and then we roll again to see what pattern we get as well. So it's I think it's like a 4-step process to figure out what the drums are. And then the song is kind of molded, of course, around the style of the drums, which, we can't really escape sometimes. One thing we can do is, we can change the tempo if we need to, up it or down it, and, just depends on what the bards are wanting to do. So, but it's literally, we never know what the song is going to be because everything is rolled for.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's just such a cool thing,
Thank you.
part of your show. Yeah.
I love it every time. I mean, and also being a percussionist myself, like knowing the amount of work that goes into the back end of what is essentially like a hard cut in the editing process, and be like, we're back with a song. It's like, yeah, the understatement of what that is. So yeah, the work you guys are putting into it is impressive. Very, very much so.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying so. We have fun doing it, and we're so glad and just elated that people are enjoying what we do. We had to find a way to get people to listen to our band, and I think we did it.
Hey, we wanted to educate people that we got a band.
Yep.
Boom.
Hey.
What other way to do it than a podcast that started as a joke, aka every podcast I've ever heard of?
Yeah. It'd be fun. We should totally make a podcast. Yay!
Yep. Ta-da! But with that, we're going to turn out the lights and head out of the gym. But before we go, I want to implore you, the listener, to join the forums and take part in these challenges and exercises, as well as the other amazing conversations being had.
To do that, head over to dungeonmasterblock.freeforums.net and try some DM-Nastics so your players don't ask, do you even lift?
Can I trust you will add your own cardio?
Yeah, no, don't put me down for cardio.
What are you doing?
Horizontal running.